Hi students, welcome to plus one computer class. So we are discussing about control statements, various control statements in C++ programming. In the previous video we discussed the two control statements like nested if statement and if else if ladder. Then the remaining control statements. That means there is one more selection statement left in this chapter, that is called switch statement. So in this video we are going to discuss switch statement. Actually it is a multi-branching statement, and after that we will compare switch statement with if else if ladder, and the last topic was conditional statements. Okay, so we will start with switch statement. I think in the beginning itself I mentioned about there are two types of statement present in C++ programming: decision making statement or selection statement. The second category was iteration statement or looping statement. The commonly used decision making statements are if statement, if else statement, if else if ladder, and one more is left, that is called switch statement. Switch statement. Actually switch statement we are using in multiple branching statements. Suppose you want to compare a result with one or more values. For example, to find the grade of a student, you want to compare the mark of a student to different comparisons. Okay, multiple branching. So in that cases, instead of if else if ladder, the most suitable one was switch statement. But its syntax is entirely different than normal if else if ladder. So first we will write the syntax, and after that I will explain one program that work based on switch statement. So for switch statement we are using the keyword switch. The general syntax for switch statement. The keyword that we are using is switch. Then in switch we can write any one of the test expression. Switch test expression or test expression variable. So after the test expression we will get one value. That value will be an integer or a character constant. Okay, after the execution of test expression it will return one value. That value will be an integer value or integer constant, or one more is a character constant. Fractional values we are not using in C++ switch statement. Then after the switch statement the next thing will be the case constant. So according to the test expression value we can execute some of the case constant. Case constant 1, case constant 1 colon, case constant 1 colon, then statement block 1, statement block 1. After that we are terminating using break statement. If the test expression value returns one value and this case constant are equal, it will display the statement block, and after that it will terminate. Then case constant 2, case constant 2 again column. If the first constant, case constant is not similar, then it will go to the second one. Then statement block 2 will execute. Statement block 2 will execute. Then after that break statement. After that break statement. Then case constant 3. Case constant 3. Then statement block 3. Then break. Like that up to case constant n we can write. Up to case constant n minus 1 we can write, etc, etc. Case constant n minus 1. Then block for n minus 1 will execute. Okay, then if the expression is not equal to any of this case constant, okay, if the expression is not equal to any of the case constant, then one more section will execute, that is known as default. Okay, in multi-branching statement, if the test expression is not equal to any of this case constant, then default value will execute. In default we can write statement for default. Statement for default. Okay, clear? So you want to remember the general syntax for switch statement. Switch statement start with the switch test expression and it will return so many case constant. So after the test expression, it will match in any of the test expression. If the test expression is matching, it will print that, and after that break. Break is an escape sequence or escape statement. So here when the compiler encounters a break statement, at that moment it will exit from switch statement. It will not execute other case constants. Okay, if the case constant is equal, at that moment it will print and it will exit from the switch statement. Clear? So with the help of an example, I will explain the working of switch statement. The program is, in your textbook, 2 problems are present. The 2 programs I will explain, and in if else if ladder there is one question present, that is, you want to print the day names according to the day number. If n equal to 1, then you want to print Sunday, then n equal to 2, Monday, like that. Okay, so that we already given in your textbook using if else if ladder. So here display the day of a week using switch statement. Okay, what is the condition? You want to display the day of a week using switch statement. So first you want to write the header file using namespace std. After that int main. Open the bracket. Then you want to declare one variable int day. Then day in a week. So if the number is 1, then you want to print Sunday. If it is 2, Monday. If it is 3, Tuesday, like that. So the last number will be 7. Okay. So we can write like this: int day, cout, enter day. Enter the day. Then cin day. Then I am going to start the switch statement. Switch, the test expression will be day. If the entered day is 1, then what will be the value? Case 1 colon. First case, cout Sunday. Then close it, break. If day equal to 1, then we will get Sunday, and at that moment it will terminate. Case 2, cout Monday. Then break. Then case 3, cout. Okay, here colon present. Immediately after the case constants, columns are present. Cout Tuesday. Up to Saturday you want to print. Case 4 Wednesday. Then case 5 Thursday. Then case 6 Friday. And the last case, what will be the last case? Okay, I am not going to write the entire program. This is already in your textbook. So while you are watching the video, please keep your text in your hand. Case 7, cout. What will be the case 7? Cout Saturday. Cout Saturday. Then break. If the entered number is not belonging to this list, that means if the number is not belonging to 1 to 7, it will be another number. Then which case will execute? Default case will execute. Default. So what will be the output statement? Default. Cout invalid number. Cout invalid. Invalid number. In default statement, you don't want to write break statement, because after executing the default statement, automatically the program will terminate. After default, you want to close the bracket and then return 0 statement. So I think it is clear. First we are declaring a variable day, and we can give any value to variable day. Then Okay, in multi-branching statement, you want to compare the variable with other case constants. So here we are comparing all the cases together. Then if day equal to 3, then what will happen? The program control will execute this case constant 3 and we will get output Tuesday. Then immediately after printing Tuesday, break statement will execute. Break statement is also known as exit statement, to exit from program. Then if day, only case 3 will execute, the other cases will not execute. So we can save execution time. Then next one, in switch statement, is break statement is must? Yes. If all the case constants are giving different output, then case constant is must. Otherwise, case constant is not or break statement is not must. Then one more program is present, that is to check whether the given character is a vowel or not. So I am going to input one character. The variable will be char ch. Okay, what is the variable name? Char ch. C out, enter character. Enter character. Enter the character. So I am entering the character. What will be the character? CNCH. CNCH. Then I want to check the entered character is a vowel or not. So I am going to use switch statement, switch CH. Then you know which are the variable, which are the vowels values. So here case A colon, case A. Then what will be the output? If the entered character is A, it's a vowel. If it is B, if it is E, vowel. So all these cases, case A, E, case I, case O, case U. These all are different cases. When all these cases, what will be the output? Output will be common. What will be the output? C out, vowel. Then you don't want to give multiple breaks if the entered output is same, or the case constant returns same output for all these cases, then you don't want to use multiple break statement. You want to write one output statement. Immediately after the output statement, you want to use break statement. Okay, so here I include break statement. Then after that you want to write default. What will be the default value? C out, not a vowel. C out, not a vowel. Okay, so hope you understood the difference between break statement. In the first program we used break statement along with all the case constants. But in the second program we used a single break statement. Okay, so what does that means? If the case constant, all the case constants are giving same output, then you don't want to use repetitive use of break statement. So in the last case constant, you want to write the output. What will be the output? C out, vowel, and then break. So if case A, E, I, any one is true, or if CH equal to any of this value, what will be the result? Vowel, and at last it will break. Then one more point is, so in the first program case constants are integers, and then second program case constants are characters. Okay, so only integers and character values we are using as case constants. Floating point numbers are not allowed. Okay, floating points values are not allowed. That you want to keep in your mind. In switch statement, all the case constants should be integer value or character constant. Floating point values will not be treated as case constant. So hope you understood the difference between the first program and second program. if all these case constants are not working, then you can use one more option, that is called default option, to specify the invalid statement. See out invalid. Clear? Then next one. Okay, we already written one C++ program, that is to check the grade of a student. If the mark is greater than 80, then A grade. Then if it is greater than 60, less than 60, then it is B grade, like that. Suppose you want to write this program using a switch statement, then how we will write? How we will write? Switch. You want to execute one expression. What will be the expression? Mark divided by 10. Okay, if the entered mark is 90, 90 by 10, what will be the result? 9. Then if your mark is 89, 89 divided by 10, what will be the value? Definitely fractional number will come, 8.9 will come. But in this equation or in this kind of statement, what you want to write? Here we are declaring mark as integer. So we will extract only the integer values. Okay, we will only extract the integer value. So you know the marks between 100 and 80. Marks between 100 and 80. So if you divide any of this number by 10, we will get 10, 9 and 8. Okay, if you divide that number by 10, any of this number, because the marks between 80 and 100 belonging to grade A. Okay, the marks between 10, 100 and 80 belonging to grade A. So if you divide all these number by 10, we will get any of these numbers. So we can write the case like this. Case 10. Okay, case 10. Case 9, case 8. For all these, same output will come. What will be the output? Cout A grade. Cout A grade. After that, break. Then next one, 6 and 7. That means mark between 60 and 70. If you divide it by 10, then we will get case 7, case 6. What will be the output? Cout B grade. Cout B grade, then break. Then what will be the condition for C grade? Condition for C grade is case 5 and case 4. B grade, then break. Then next one, this is for A grade, B grade, and this is for C grade, and case 3 D grade. Then default case, if the mark is not belonging to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3, then Cout default case will execute Cout failed. Okay, Cout E grade. Okay, so here instead of a direct variable, here we are using one expression. That expression will return one integer value. But if you declare float mark, then it will be wrong, because case constant will not accept floating point value. So you want to use integer value. If you extract the integer part, then you will get 3 values for A grade, 2 values for B grade, and again 5 and 4 for C grade, and 3 for D grade, and the default value will be E grade. So we can replace that grade if-else if statement using switch statement. Clear? Then so there will be comparison, or there will be similarities and difference between if-else if statement. Both are also known as multi-branching statement or multiple branching statement. But comparing to switch if-else if ladder, which one is good? Switch statement is good. So next we are going to compare switch statement with if-else if ladder. So with the help of a picture, I will explain the comparison between if statement and if-else if statement. So please look at the picture of the comparison if statement and if-else if statement. Then in switch statement, multiple branching. else if also execute multiple branching statement. Then in switch statement we are evaluating the case constant using equality operator. We are checking the equality between the expression value and case constant value. But in if else if ladder, is there any case constant present? No, we are checking the expression. It may be relational expression or logical expression that returns true or false value. Then third comparison, case constant must be integer or a character constant. That I already mentioned. Case constant must be an integer or character constant. But in if else if ladder, there is no restriction. It may be any range of value. Floating point constants also will be available. Then when no match, that means if the condition is if all the case constants are wrong, that means the condition is not matching. When no match is found, default statement will execute. But in if else if ladder, if no match is found, which part will execute? Else part, the final else part will execute. Then break statement is required to exit from switch statement. Okay, one special statement called break statement is required to exit from the switch statement. But in if else if ladder, we are using any kinds of break statement? No. According to the condition, it will execute. The program control automatically goes out after the completion of a block. Then the last comparison, which one is more efficient? In case of equality checking, switching statement is more efficient. Then if else if ladder, actually it is more flexible than versatile compared to switch. Okay, clear? So these are the comparison between else if statement and switch statement. Actually, if else if ladder is more flexible than switch statement because you know the program concept. In switch statement, we are using an entirely different methods, case constant, then output statement. Immediately after that, you want to break. So all these you want to include, but in if else if statement or if else if ladder, you don't want to use case constant or normally we can write the programs. Okay, so clear? So both are multiple branching statement. There will be differences. That differences you want to study. Then one more topic left, that is known as conditional operator. Conditional operator. We already studied conditional operator in operator category. Conditional operator is an ternary operator because it uses 3 operands. Okay, because it uses 3 operands. That's why it is known as ternary operator. Then we will write the syntax for test expression. Test expression 1 question mark test expression 2 colon test expression 3. Test expression 1 question mark test expression 2 colon test expression 3. Okay, actually this is same as if else if statement. If else statement. In if else we can write if test expression 1 else if test expression 1 body of if will execute, else body of else. We can replace if else statement using conditional operate. If test expression 1 is true, then if the test expression 1 is true, which one will execute? Test expression 2 will execute, otherwise test expression 3 will execute. Then we already written one program to check whether the student passed or failed. That we can write using conditional operator. Okay, so what is this general syntax for conditional operator? Test expression 1 question mark test expression 2 and test expression 3. The question is to find the larger number using a conditional operator. I am going to find the larger number using conditional operator. So using if statement we can write if num1 greater than num2, then what will be the statement? Cout num1 larger. Num1 larger. Else Cout num2 larger. Okay, using if-else statement we can easily write this program. Okay, we can easily write this program. So what will be the condition? If num1 greater than num2, num1 larger, otherwise num2 larger. So here also I am going to declare two variables, same variable num1 and num2. Int num1 comma num2. Num1 comma num2. See out, enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. See in num1, num2. Okay, I inserted value for two num1 and num2. Next I am going to write the comparison. Okay, what will be the first expression? Num1 greater than num2. What is the condition? Num1 greater than num2. Question mark. Num1 greater than num2 question mark. So what will be the next statement? If num1 greater than num2. So, okay, I am going to write this in a single statement. Num1 greater than num2 question mark. Then you want to print Cout num1 is larger. Num1 is larger. Semicolon after that. Then, so this will be the first statement. After that you want to write the second statement. To separate the first statement and second statement we are using colon. So here I am not going to write the first. Again I am continuing the next line. Cout num1 is larger. Semicolon. Clear? So instead of if-else statement, what we are specifying? The condition we are enclosing between the parenthesis and then question mark is present. If the condition is true, the first statement will execute. What is the first statement? Num1 is larger. Otherwise, num2 will execute. To separate the first true value and false value, we are using colon. Num1 is larger. Cout num2 is larger. Num2 is larger. Okay, suppose you want to display value num2. So we can write like this. Larger. If we write like this, the value present at num2 will come. Here also we can include one cascading operator. Then first the number will come and after that the string constant will come is larger. If the case constant is true, Cout num is larger. Otherwise, Cout num2 is larger. Okay. Then another set of statement we can write. Int big is equal to num1 greater than num2 question mark num1 colon num2. Okay, here first it will execute the compare num1 greater than num2. If it is greater, then num1 will assign to variable big. Otherwise, num2 will assign to variable big. So the result will be available at the variable big. So this is a second approach that we are using in conditional operator. Then in conditional operator also we can include the statement like that. Big is equal to n1 greater than n2. The first condition is true or false. If the first condition is false, then another set of condition will execute. N1 greater than n3 question mark n1 is to n3. Then again another colon. One more statement will execute. N2 greater than n3 question n2 colon n3. Okay, so in this statement, What is this? First we are comparing n1 greater than n2. If n1 is greater than n2, the first part will execute. In first part also we are including one more conditional operator. n1 greater than n3, then n1 will execute, otherwise n1 will assign to variable big, otherwise n3 will assign to variable big. Then another case, if the condition is false, if n1 is smaller than n2, then the second term will execute. In the second expression we included conditional operator. n2 greater than n3, n2 will assign to big and n3 will assign to big. Okay, the same program we used n1, n2, n3 like that. So the same program we can replace using conditional operator. So for your examination you can expect one question, conditional operator will be given in your question. Then you want to convert that conditional operator to if-else statement. Okay, so this is an example for nested conditional operator statement. That means a conditional operator contains another conditional operator. Okay, so the first expression n1 greater than n2, if the condition is true, the second will execute, n1 will again compare to n3, then it can print n1 or n3. If the condition is false, the second section will execute n2 greater than n3, n2 or n3 like that. Okay, so this was our third topic, conditional operator. So hope you understood the program along with the explanation. So again we will revise the topics that we studied. Switch statement. Switch statement is used for multiple branching statement. We already studied one more multiple branching, that is the else if ladder. So we already compared else if ladder with switch statement along with the programs, and also the last topic was conditional operator. How the conditional operator is working, how we can replace if-else statement with conditional operator. Okay, then you want to write one question in your notebook as a homework question. Here one program is given that you want to write in your notebook. I think it is used, it is to print the name of month according to the number. If it is 1, then it is January. If it is 2, February, like that. So here we already completed Sunday, Monday, that program. Same concept we can use in switch statement to print the name of month. Okay, so hope you understood the remaining section. So the decision making section is over. The remaining section was iteration statement. Iteration statement or looping statement that we will start in the next video. Okay then, thank you.